You're up.
All right, let's call to order our Parks Rec meeting Thursday, July 10th, 2025. First item on the agenda. Next start.
Okay,
3 minutes tops. 3 minutes.
3 minutes?
That's the rule for
Oh,
audience.
did you guys get the, did you guys get the picture of the walk and talk? All right, so for those of you who don't know, Grassroots Berlin is a bipartisan civic organization that's trying to do things, get the community more connected. And this is one of the ideas we came up with. The woman who designed it has great questions about it. But the whole goal is to get people talking, but at the same time, enjoy the outside and also to support the food pantry. So we're gonna do food drive. There's no money or anything. And I think we just might have water canned out to people, that's about it. So. If you have any questions, nothing more than that. We don't know how many people are gonna show up.
No vote needed, just typical when we do an event at Pistol Creek, when someone's asked to use it. Just giving you guys a heads up.
That's fantastic. Questions, answers? Approval of minutes, any discussion?
Make a motion, we approve last minutes meetings.
I know that it's not appropriate for me to comment, but we had me as attending and I was not here, so.
Okay, that's. We know,
Who seconded?
all in favor, approval of minutes, minus, take that out. Aye, I have it.
I abstained, I wasn't there, so.
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
4-0.
Consent agenda, nothing, right?
Nothing. What's
All
up?
right, on to monthly report.
Portable. Been hot summer.
Hot.
So Debbie, in the mayor's video of the splash pad, he said attendance was about 1,200 this year so far, which is down from 4,000. This is what he said, I remember it kind of being around 4,000 last year, but it's down from 4,000 to 1,200 right now at Percival. Does that make sense?
I gave them a comparison from the first 16 days last year to the first 16 days. It's off by like 250, but we've had all the weekends.
Yeah, right.
So that it's
Yeah.
not, 4,000 is not.
So I know 4,000 was for the full year. He didn't say that, but it's down 4,000, but it was comparable to 250 or so.
That's what I had given the town manager. So, and I explained to him that, like, the weather wasn't
Yeah,
great at the
Right,
beginning.
he did say that.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's down a little bit, but again, the weather, like, when it's hot, it's really not,
Yeah,
like, you don't get a lot of people as you would think, because it's not refreshing, first off.
Yeah.
And it's too, there's some shade out there, but you can't just sit out in the sun when it's a heat index of 105. So, it does keep the numbers down. But it's too extreme.
yeah. Just, I know there's much more to it, but one of the comments that you see when the police Berlin comments and things like that was, boy, wouldn't it be nice if they kept the pools open a little later? They talked about Rocky Hill being open till 7:30 at night.
They have two pools in our, so they have an indoor
And
and
they,
outdoor. We have, we
Right.
close at 6, we have swim teams, and we have over 70 kids this year that practice from 6 to 7.
that's what they did bring up, yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why, I mean, you can't have these young kids practicing until 8 o'clock at night, even in the summer.
Yeah,
That's what it's,
so it goes till 7 o'clock, 6 to
swim
7.
team practice, yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, Rocky Hill, I think their swim team practices in the high school,
Could,
so that
yeah,
it doesn't affect
very
their
well
outdoor.
could. They did make it, and again, just throwing this out, that maybe at some point Rocky Hill and Berlin wanna combine, like to allow our citizens to go over there and swim at night when you get out of work. That was a comment that was made. They brought up how we used them when we had the glass in Percival. So just something to throw out in case you haven't seen the comment, so.
It's always closed at 6, right?
Yeah.
Always.
Since I.
Yeah.
Because they've always had swim team there because they've got the.
Yeah.
And I know, I think someone had mentioned night swim lessons, but I mean, I have 3 instructors right now, and 2 of them are swim team coaches, so, yeah. That's back when I had 7 or 8 instructors. Those days are long.
The swim team still practice twice a day?
Yeah, morning, yeah, 8 to 9 in the morning, then 6 to 7. And again, numbers are great this year, so it's exciting, a lot of new swimmers. Young swimmers, so it's good, yeah.
Community center update, is that good?
There's not really an update on the community senior center. The only update I have is that at the last council meeting this week, they talked about how the Y is working with somebody to do the ground testing, boring stuff. And that's moving forward. For the Y.
So they just hire someone?
I think the town hired somebody to do it, yeah. So.
Slow.
So like, what does that mean? Like, where is it in a committee or is it being handled directly by the town council?
Pretty much handled directly by the town council. The Y asked for reports from the ground surfacing and stuff, and they had money in the grant that Joe had gotten for the community senior center, so the town said we'll hire somebody and do those tests, so we have them and share them.
Is Mike is working with the council on that though.
Yeah.
I think the town engineers.
Steve,
Um,
you're up.
So we had a pretty good month. The weather has not really been conducive with it being so hot, but we finished a couple of jobs. We finished the path at Centerelli, we'll say 95% of the way. If you guys have not had a chance to go look at it.
It really is.
It's absolutely beautiful. We did notice throughout this project that it was the only field that did not have an American flag. So we reached out, we purchased a 25-foot flagpole. The American flag facilities was nice enough to put a light up. So now currently they have a flagpole where they did not have before. So it's really completed the whole entire, I think, it really looks nice. The basketball hoop was not working properly at Pistol Creek. So our guys removed the old one. We purchased one from the grounds department, put it in. So now Debbie's campers can go and bring the best.
That's cool.
Yep.
And up to people.
I'm kind of
We use it at night, so.
Yeah.
It's good.
Looks like the asphalt needs some work for the camp personnel.
Not a priority.
We'll look into that. Hey, Tim,
Paving.
Paving.
That's your new.
my new job.
Isn't it?
New job. I know Tony had put in that he was wondering if the Fencing Garden Club finished the plantings at Little People's Playground. And they finished them, they've been watering and taking care of them. They're growing quite well. I think they're all gonna mend together pretty well and just look nice for a time being. That kind of completes the beautiful PowerPoint that Ally put together for the pictures. Couple other things, the only problem we're really having at Little People's Playground is, I think Jen has received 3 or 4 people coming in as the kids are hanging on the gate. And when they hang on the gate, it knocks the hinges off and then the gate is hard to open and close. So if you get any comments, is the place closed, is it not closed? All it is from is kids hanging on, we go there, we adjust the hinges and then we're good to go. Then the other thing is somehow we are involved in picking up surge stone and 4 telephone poles and bringing them to Ragged Mountain. They're going to rebuild a couple of the bridges where currently you can't cross right now because there's going to be water. So the CFPA is going to come in the next couple months and build 2 bridges. So we brought the surge stone in, we bought the poles, so we can post it on that. It'll be easier for Greg's group to get their garbage down on top of the mountain. Thanks, Greg.
It's okay, anytime.
Sarcasm. The Hubbard Field lights, I just heard from facilities yesterday that the pole has been resurrected, everything is good to go. Power has been turned back on, Shock Electric is coming out tomorrow afternoon, hopefully. There's one pole that's having a problem with the ballast, they're gonna replace the ballast because they're Busto lights, put the new light fixture together, and it should be good for soccer season, skating, and softball for next year. Vandalism at the VHS basketball courts. I didn't have time to go back through my emails, but I think you guys all received an email back in March regarding the individual who was caught on camera out, doing burnouts with their electric bikes, and they took all the surfacing off right down to the concrete. So the company was supposed to hopefully be done at a certain time. They didn't, so we ran a couple days longer, so that's why they were closed for 4th of July weekend. They did 7 spots inside the basketball court and 1 inside the tennis courts. So, they were not,
I don't remember seeing, did you?
Yeah.
We did.
No, I don't
You
remember.
have-
I don't,
Just the ones in the grass, but I didn't
Yeah,
hear
I didn't
anything
see
about it.
Kids in trouble, kids got in trouble.
nope,
No?
you're talking about,
nothing was done.
Oh,
you're talking about old thing.
Yep.
Not anything.
Yes, the Facebook post made it sound like it was
It was
new
new,
vandalism.
yeah.
It just when it had to be fixed. It was closed due to vandalism. Because of the-
We will word it differently per the town manager's request.
Oh, that was the post that was out recently.
The post that went up this week was because the company was on site fixing the vandalism that happened in March. Yeah, but it created a stir that there was new vandalism
Yeah,
there.
people were like,
Yeah.
Personal soccer field, I think we're scheduling a meeting sometime.
We're scheduling a meeting with we heard back from the attorney from the design company, so we'll be scheduling a meeting with them. We should touch base about that tomorrow, so we can get back to Jeff instead of both of us separately with them. And we have no response from US Pitch Care at this time.
As usual, you know, the field has been pretty good, holding up pretty good. We did have
Looks good.
a lady asked us, because we locked all the soccer goals up, we'll get into that next, we locked all the soccer goals up. And a lady asked us, you know, why we locked them up, and we explained to preserve and save the field. That's why we do it at all of the fields that are irrigated. And then we carried over a 12-foot goal, which they wanted, so neighborhood kids can go out. So the lady could not have been happy with it. More individual pool, we talking about that, or we good?
Steve and I will be on Zoom tonight at the PBC meeting. We submitted a couple weeks ago the RFP that you guys had approved at the last meeting to Mike Ahern. He said he sent it to his commissioners prior to the meeting, so my hope is when I get on tonight, they actually read it. Probably not. But I'm basically gonna say, like, we did what you asked. You told us to put together an RFP after everything else. We did that. It has the commission stamp of approval on it. So for my commission's purposes, we'd just like to know when the plan is and when you're going out to bid, and hopefully they have that answer, and that's it. So,
We're doing that tonight.
the meeting
Yeah.
tonight, yeah.
on Zoom.
Just one quick thing on personal. The field was great this year and managing it with closures at the appropriate time was perfect. Even though it was a smaller field width wise, it held up really well. So that's a good.
Yeah, I agree. Kind of a favor, your feedback and your advice and your opinion on is what I would like to do is our fields are getting used a lot. Jen and Ally have done a fabulous job of trying to put people on the fields that aren't used as much. They're doing a great job. And what we're having is that happened the last couple of weeks with these hot games is Berlin Youth Soccer was hosting a camp. They needed a field. They didn't want to go on to Scoglio or Scalise, either wasn't available or it was just too hot, and they wanted to move to a grass field. Berlin Youth Soccer was okay, we'll go to Willard, and they used Willard. With now these fields not being used for only 2 months a year, I think it makes more sense for the fields that we put a lot of cultural practice into, overseeding, top dressing, core aeration, shockwave, and I think what would be a best idea possible if moving forward from when soccer is done and lacrosse is done, we kind of put a moratorium on the fields until their next season, which gives us the opportunity to move the goals off, block the goals off. The irrigation will then run properly across the field, so it's not hitting the goal and creating a wet spot in the goal mouth. Yes, it's a big ask, but I think like we just spent $10,000 this week putting it into a field to make sure the field is perfect for the fall. And that's gonna continue for the remainder of the year until we get to August 15th. So we spent 2 or 3 days on one field. It's a lot of money, it's a lot of resources, and bluegrass is right around $4 or $5 a pound. We're going through 250 to 300 pounds on a 2 acre field, so that's a lot of money to invest, and then if it gets damaged as it starts to grow, it's gonna go dormant, and then we're gonna end up with bigger areas. Sage 2 is my perfect example. For years, it was only softball and soccer in the fall. And if you look at the goal mouths and the amount of rain that we've had, and now the spaces just keep getting bigger and bigger, and the field just doesn't look up to par. And I'm not saying close them completely, but if we could take camps, take clinics, and if they're not a bit, Scalise and Biscaglia aren't open, put them somewhere at like a Willard or a McGee, which they use all fall long, but ryegrass is $1.50 a pound compared to $5 a pound. And it's kind of just easier grass to maintain and get to grow, and they're not as used as much. So I guess my request from you guys would be, if you were okay with it, to try to start to put a moratorium on them around June 15th, and then reopen them when we start buying them in August.
As long as our youth groups still have enough fields for their summer leagues. Which with McGee and Willard, we would be fine, because we obviously try to put everybody on, we always put camps on turf. The BYSA that was a heat wave, that was an exception for 2 days. But we will always try to put people on turf, but there are sometimes if the high school, now that high school can do summer sessions, sometimes BYSA is kicked off the turf to go to a grass field, so we just need to have grass fields available.
So which grass fields would you close then, like, 2 months?
Pretty much all of Sage, Soccer West, and
Well, not all of Sage, you're talking Sage Auxiliary and Sage 2, not Sage 1 and Zipadelli, correct?
correct.
You're not talking about canceling events, you're just talking about moving events to these units.
Correct.
Oh, yeah,
A limited number of grass fields would remain open for summer play.
We've done that before, I totally agree with it, I think you guys know, and you know what's best, and I would full support it.
And like, for example, I assume, I didn't ask Steve because I just thought of this, every year Dinesh does his 4th of July at Sage Park Pavilion, I assume we would still allow him to use Sage 2 for that one day.
So basically, Steve does a great job with the fields.
Yeah.
And whenever you want to do respond.
Agreed.
Listen, it's important that we try to do best, keep him up. He
Well,
does
we
a
gotta
great
keep
job.
them up.
Yeah,
We gotta
he
keep
does a great job.
Those are our pretty good pieces, so.
I thought we made a lot of changes to, Sage 1. But
Yeah.
I thought we had a lot of grass changes the last time I was there.
Yeah,
Grass
the
growing
softball fields and the baseball fields don't really take the beating that most other fields take.
No, the soccer field.
The soccer field, Sage Oaks.
Yeah.
Sage Oaks, we're still having a lot of problems with the goal mouth on the south end, just from overuse. And now going into the fall, we'll have high school soccer, youth football. That's it, right?
That's it.
And that's it. So that mouth area will get beat up again. So we'll
So you
continue.
have it closed now?
I wouldn't say they're closed, we're just limiting anybody we put on that. Like, I think Ultimate Frisbee uses it a couple days a week. That's pretty much the extent of it. Soccer wanted to go there, we moved them. Soccer wanted to go there, then they wanted to go to Percival, and I think we had to put them on stage.
Yeah.
So. And then we're
Should've
doing,
seen my practice fields.
and we're doing another field day at Sage Park on July 30th. And the conversation is going to be how to properly maintain fields and when to maintain fields during the short window of how early your high school and youth sports are starting. So it'll be pretty good with that. Right now, we have 2 speakers, one coming from UConn, one coming from UMass. So I think we're up to like 30-something people have registered to come, so I think it's gonna be good. We get to showcase our facilities and everything, so. And if it rains, Meriden said they would bring their tents from the Daffodil Festival and set them up for them.
Is there any update on the disc golf?
So disc golf, as I walked the course with George Millard a couple weeks ago, we went through it and he had a different opinion once he saw where the holes, the layouts of the holes and everything were. But one thing the council did ask is to look at possible alternative areas to put disc golf. So planning and zoning has been digging through some records to see if we could possibly put something like this at Bicentennial, Kensington Orchards, Community Garden, or somewhere around there. So we're just compiling different areas where it's gonna go. Then we'll go back to conservation, have them relook at it, see if how they feel about it going to Whistle Creek. Then we're gonna have Rob Lemire lay out the golf course one more time with like flags and stakes. Where everybody can kind of do a showcase and go see if they like it, what they look like, should we change something, not change something? And then it'll come back to you guys for the final vote, I guess.
So who's in the decision making? Do they like it? Do they not like it?
It goes it goes back to conservation, see if conservation is okay with the design. Then it's coming back to, then Rob Lemire will go out and he'll mark everything. Then we'll put it on Facebook, like anybody who wants to see where the potential holes will be, to get on this first tee box one, green one, hole one, however it goes. And then it'll come back to you guys and see if you guys are in support.
Could you include us when you mark out the holes and invite people so that we're invited as well?
I would imagine Jen will send it out.
Yeah, if we could, because I think it'd be good if we're gonna vote on it, we should know what's going on. Okay,
Does anybody use bicentennial anymore? Now that they kind of enforce the leash law and, you know, I know that's what's the best for.
I still do.
People still use it to walk.
Yeah.
There is people that walk, it's not a whole space, there is people on the break.
Nobody uses a leash.
Like the
Well,
dog,
that's
oh,
what I
real
was
short.
wondering, yeah, right.
The dog goes.
yeah, this dog's.
I could have paid for taxes on my town, on my house for all the fines that issued at Bryson.
Maybe make you a deputy warden or something.
I mean, I'm saying, but- I'm told no, so.
Do they use the Pistol Creek one a lot? Do you see a lot of dogs there?
There, Thistle Creek, between the walking paths and dogs.
I know they're
just
walking
go-
fast, but
But I know
think
just going with like early,
the dog, the
people
dog.
are
parks
there
being
with
installed.
dog, yeah.
But when I go, I see most of them on leashes. There's sometimes when I
Oh,
see,
yeah, no, they're good.
they'll see someone come in and they'll put a leash on it, but the
Yeah.
dog is right there, but most of them are on leash.
But I think a lot of people use that area.
Yeah, they do,
They're-
yeah.
I think it makes sense to put disc golf on the golf course too. Is that strange idea?
Depends who's
Other
playing
than
golf
people
that
say
day.
not my backyard. I mean, it's, you gotta push that forward, try to, whatever you can do.
There are a lot of good things, and there is a downside that the more investigating I did dig into disc golf by talking to Wickham Park and Bristol and everything, is somebody did bring up about the drinking and smoking pot. That is very prevalent throughout that sport, so make sure when you think about considering this, that the words that were given to me is you can follow the cloud of smoke of where the disc golfers are.
Yeah.
Kids are allowed to drink in the school parking lot.
So, yeah,
I mean, so why would we concern about a couple people smoking?
That's an interesting thing they just hit on, you know, talking to another town that actually has it and what trouble or problems. Because that person that was posting all those questions on Facebook, or whatever, they brought up a lot of points there to think about. And then if you say, well, you know, these other towns have had, you know, this type of element
Yeah, if
coming in, just
if
like
it's
the high
that-
school basketball courts, you know, we have.
Sure.
Isn't Wickham Park more of a big park?
I know, that's.
It's
More of a
It's very-
destination place.
Who else has it other than Wickham? Really small?
Bristol's not small, but Page Park has, Bristol has two. I think there's 61 statewide.
Isn't there one in Meriden or something?
I think there is, but I don't know
I
where.
don't have the list, but I know there's
Yeah.
62. Camp Sloper has one.
Yeah, some of it has-
Illingworth has one.
But if it's that prevalent, drinking and smoking, I mean, to me, that is a detriment, that's nothing that you want on
Wallingford.
Bristol Creek, you have homes, residential.
So
You know-
they're walking all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
And
that place is kinda,
And they're very clean, they don't leave a mess, they pick up
Yeah.
more than they
which is
they
great,
take more garbage out than they bring in. They're very conscientious and eco-friendly, but there is that stigma that goes with it.
so somehow we would have to kind of control that as best we can, or, you know.
I don't think it's like a town takeover situation, disc golf ruffians. That would be too.
Ruffians.
You know where we're
It'll
talking,
just be too mellow.
or kids just wanna throw disc. Get outside. Drink in the woods if you want, I don't know, whatever. A lot of them drink on school property, but I can't wait, we're worried about that.
Shore Stage Front. football game night.
I'm sure there are athletes parks at night. Or maybe they just go right to the school. I would be too. Anyway,
Did a nice job in Friendship Place.
Thank you.
Constantly cleaning and look at it.
It's good, it was a good facelift.
Yeah, Awesome. Yeah, it's really good.
Community playground wasn't looking too good, so we doctored that up yesterday and today, so that's good to go for the next 6 months.
Yeah. Whew. To more addenda, the one thing the mayor also said is timeline. He said, you know, we'll be going out for design, you know, explained how he's got it with the building commission, but going out for design. And then hopefully demolish things later, early
This year.
winter, maybe December type timeframe. I mean, all this is money, so it's like, he's saying a lot. And then he said, and hopefully construction, you know, early spring, maybe early summer, we get the thing up and running next year, 26.
Oh, really?
Based on this last project and the phases and everything, it looked to me more like 27. But he came out with that, so
Actually,
I think I'm hopeful
that was
that
pretty
Public
impressive.
Building Commission will move quickly on your document. I thought you guys did a very good job overall on it, so thank you for doing that.
So we're gonna be in the splash pad, we're gonna be going there and cooling off next July.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Sure, hold your
he's on
We
record.
heard our dogs
And what you said.
No,
off leash.
Which means
No.
he's already figured out the bonding and whatever, I mean, in his mind, whether or not he gets through, but.
You think
I'm very hopeful, and I think we push for it, so. He's leading, so.
No comment.
No comments?
I don't think he would say something that he doesn't think is possible.
Okay.
Right, I agree,
I think that's his optimistic goal and we gotta support it.
I totally agree.
Yeah, it's exciting. I think get something done, right? It is a great thing.
and I did have a conversation with him but he agreed with your suggestion of if we can get some funds to knock down the building while we're still in the design phase and everything, why not be able to at least start and do something like that early? So that was a good idea.
Did they come out with how much we have in surplus for the end of the year at all? No,
I haven't seen anything.
The books don't close, those were due yesterday,
okay,
they haven't paid all the finance.
so maybe there's something there, I don't know what he has, but
She's not, okay.
I also asked you about your thought on any kind of park or trail or something that might want, or you might suggest for a volunteer cleanup day. Did you think about that at all?
We have a large group that already volunteers. The Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts do a lot of cleanup work and a lot of volunteer at like Veterans and Sage. Pistol Creek is the one that jumps out. It's for,
July 26th, grassroots can do it, why not?
yeah, and Pistol Creek is the one because there's so much trash and there's so much litter that goes along Atkins, Spruce Brook and Savage. I think if that whole area, if somebody was looking to do a walk through there, I think that, you know, we wouldn't aim it toward towards Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts because of how much traffic and how fast everybody flies through there. But for teenagers to people a little bit older, I think it's a great idea. That would be my suggestion, not rag them out.
But like Pistol Creek, grassroots is doing the walk, right? That would be a great opportunity, so everybody bring your garbage bag.
And we will be happy to supply garbage bags. We will be happy to
I'm
pick
just
the
saying-
litter up at the bottom of the.
Yeah.
Pick it up in a non-partisan manner. It's gonna be non-partisan, so.
I think we would be good.
Anything else? Motion?
Wait, I just had one other thing. I had mentioned about, us doing, park tours or visits. Not all of us have been to everything. I know, Jay have talked. I think Jay hasn't been to.
Yeah, and like I said in my email back to you, this was discussed a couple years ago, we had talked about this.
Yeah,
And because the second we get four of us at a meeting, at one location, it turns into a public meeting where you need minutes taken, which means you need a secretary to pay and we only have a budget. We had suggested a couple years ago, and it actually, I think Steve met with some people at it, I wanna say Sage, I don't remember where. But if anyone wants to visit any playgrounds or parks, shoot Steve and I an email, and during, we could definitely meet up somewhere and let it go, as long as it's less than 4 people.
I was thinking that we don't even need you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just gonna go on our own, but if we go on our own without staff, Is it still a formal meeting if more than?
No more
four
than-
of us
No
show
more than
up?
four.
No more than three,
No
right?
more than
Or
three.
three or
Less than
three or
four.
less, three or
Yes.
less people.
That's what I was told
Or
a few minutes ago
commission.
when I left.
Yeah.
Because you are going there in the mindset of a commissioner. It's not like you're all running into each other under the beer tent at the Lions Fair. So
That sounds fun.
that's kind of like, you're going there to view the things that you, in a sense, oversee and educate on, so.
But three or less, I mean, that's,
All right, well, maybe we can talk about that after. Then,
One hiking guides.
Yeah.
Cause I do it with the cemetery committee all the time.
I think we did one a couple of
Like,
years ago.
I did one about,
East Brom Pool.
we went to East Brom,
Yeah.
that was 2 years ago.
But that was an
But that
actual
wasn't a
meeting,
meeting.
that was, we
That was a meeting.
rescheduled our meeting to do
Right, that was a formal
location.
meeting. So I'm just thinking, you know, look, if you go through the list of our, I haven't even been taller than this. When I lived in Rome, all my life, yeah, so.
better what I would like to do, and then,
We were gonna just drive around,
Yeah,
but
just
I,
looking
like,
around.
but I thought it would be better if more of us went, because, you know, we haven't all been at all these things.
Right.
Yeah.
So that we talk about them. it's good.
like, go to Cinderella. I'm just saying, I went up there today. I was hoping Steve would bring it up, because I'm like, wow, I didn't know you know, this is great stuff. I mean, it looks good. There was water in the infield, but that was from the rain last night. But, you know, it was really good.
And Brooklyn has the field reserved today, so there's a need to be true.
No, now it feels it close. to
But
it.
there's another,
Right.
like, when it comes to Centerelli, there's another project that the town council supported, so they deserve a lot of credit
Yeah,
for
yeah.
funding the $30-something thousand for it, so
Yeah.
they did a great job.
Yeah, and you know, again, we've gotten a lot of good support for monies and things like that, and I think this commission has been, and the staff, really good at deploying those funds and putting real good assets into this town, so. But, you know, when things come up like, you know, Little People's Playground, that you mentioned the fencing, so, you know, that would be a good thing to go. I didn't know that, so I go up there and see it.
So, my last thing, and then I'll promise I'll stop harassing. Can we get these, this ribbon cutting? We have these two things we haven't been to. It is an election year for the entire council. So I can't imagine we wouldn't get the support of them. What do we need to do to set that up? We got this playground, it's mint.
Yeah, I don't think so, yeah. I would say reach out to Chris Edge. That's who handles ribbon cuttings,
Okay,
yeah. First of all, it's up to you guys if you wanna do it now, or if you wanna wait.
well, the thing was, I was there, and it looks awesome.
It does
Grass is
look really good right
perfect,
now, yeah.
Everything looks so nice.
Yeah,
there,
cause
so
Chris Edge will work on getting the council involved and the,
Why let it go? I mean, when it looks good, I mean, if you end up tearing it apart. That's a whole other problem. Right? We could use the press. I don't know if you noticed this, but not just recently, but the 2 weeks before that, there were some 95 comments on a post about the East Pool, and we took it on the chin. Hard, all of us,
Oh, yeah.
the entire commission and staff took it.
we took it last night too on the mayor's
Yeah,
post.
so I know, so, you know, let's spin that around and say, hey, look at this beautiful playground we just put in, you know, there's another one in the works, that Willett. We got the soccer field. You know, let's change the temperature and
Yeah, and Chris is great with that, with It's All in Berlin, he'll post it in the flyer he does every week.
so are you appointing me to contact Chris Edge to set this up? 'Cause,
No, I just want me to. What do you wanna do for, which one, for the little peoples?
Yeah, let's do it,
Alright, I'll email
And personal,
and
and personal. Let's do it, why not?
but not Pasaga, we already did that one?
We already did
Yeah.
discuss.
yeah, we did the stuff.
I'll email Chris.
Thanks.
So just so you know, we've been meeting grassroots, we've been getting, Patch has picked up some of our stuff that's been in there, so if we can get whatever we do, take a picture of it, have somebody do a write-up and send it to Lemansky, who's ever over at the batch. So we'll get some, because we don't have a newspaper, we'll get some exposure to that.
Yeah, it says, why, we get stuff in the citizen all the time.
Start a Facebook.
Yeah,
page.
we definitely put stuff in the citizen.
They're almost.
I don't even get it.
Yeah, I look, a lot of people don't get it anymore.
Every week.
The Herald too.
Very stuff.
Yeah, and Chris has a marketing person on
It's
staff.
not the report, I'll check, but yeah.
Well, Lemansky did ours, and he did, we sent him something about one thing, and he tied in the Rock Pride Month into what we're doing with the survey. And it really read like, community organizations looking for feedback, and he kind of, he did the homework on that. And he took our Pride Rock, so, piece and embedded it in that. It was good.
Motion to adjourn,
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
Thank you.
Unanimous.
Wait for the kids.
Good now.